Hello everyone and welcome back. In this lecture we will implement the configuration class. So let's begin. I will create the main Python file. Inside the project I will create the configuration directory. Under the configuration I will create the app config.yaml, and under the project I will create the source. Inside the source I will create the configuration file. Okay, now we can start implement it. I will copy and paste an example of app config YAML that I already created. In this app config YAML, we can see I have two main things. Hobbies, it's a list of reading, hiking, and cooking, and a person that contains name, age, email, address, and inside the address we have also another keys of street, city, state, and zip. So let's start by implementing the configuration file. Okay, so I will need two imports. Import the OS and import YAML. I don't have YAML, so I need to pip install it. I will do pip install by YAML. Okay. Now it's installed. Let's create the configuration class. So we need the definite. It will get self.config equal to none, and here we will implement load config. The load config will implement the following thing. It will read from the YAML file. So let's begin. The root dir, because we don't know from where we will run the configuration file, so we need to get the root dir, the dir name. So let's implement it. Root dir equal to os.path.dir name. I will transfer os path apps path file. Okay. The config file will be at os.path.join. I will transfer in the root dir. I will join it with ... because we need to go backward, and then we need to insert the configuration folder, and then we need to access the appconfig.yaml. And that's it for the config file. Okay, now we want to open the config file. Open config file with R as F, and self.config equal to YAML safe load of F. Now we want to implement the get config. We have the YAML that loads, but we want to use it with the get config to get the variable from the YAML. So I will implement the get config. Okay, I will transfer key, and now we will implement. I will return self.config key if key in self config, else return none. So if I will transfer a name that do not exist in the app config, I want to return none. Now let's go to the main and implement it. What we need to do is to import from configuration. So we need to do from source.configuration import configuration. That's the first thing. Let's create our main. Now we create config equal configuration, and let's get the person config data. I will put the person config data here so you can see. Config.getConfig, I will transfer the person. Now I want to print the person data, but the person data will be in a dict. Because of that, I will want to use the pprint. I will use the pprint and transfer person config data. I will use from pprint, import pprint, and now let's run it. No such file. Configuration, app config YAML. Source. What am I missing? Let's see. Implement configuration, project, source, configuration. But I don't want to run it from source. So let's do the following thing. For this occasion, I will copy the configuration absolute path and will join it with that. Okay, so let's run it. Okay, so as you can see, I will fix my problem after the lesson. As you can see, I was pprint the person config data. I have the address, city, state, street, and the all other params. So let's continue. I also want to print the age of the person. I can do print age equal to person config data age. Okay, we also can get the state. So what we need to do is we need to go to the address, as you can see, age equal to 30, state equal to CA. Okay, let's get the hobbies. So what we need to do is to write hobbies equal to config get config hobbies. Let's copy these params and we'll print the hobbies. And I want to also to print the type of hobbies, only to show you the type is list. And as you can see, hobbies equal to reading, hiking, cooking, and the class is from type list. Okay, that's all for this lesson. Have a nice day and I see you at the next lecture. Bye bye.